Welcome to the Vault 15 podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Mengelito.
Marching in perfect order, fighting every border, never pulling back. God, Raiders, attack!
With me tonight, I have none other than the Khan legend Deacon, known for being the longest serving right hand in Khan history. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Would you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm gonna be 40 this summer, live in Finland. Been gaming all my life, more or less, so yeah.
So, when were you recruited to the Khans?
I can't really remember the date or the year. It was during the heyday of Fallout Tactics.
Alright.
I remember, at least I was on dial-up, so yeah.
So, what games did you play? You played Fallout Tactics and...
Well, back then, I think Fallout Tactics was the first, true online game, that I played a lot online. Before that, just mainly single player and turn-based stuff. Hot seat stuff, like a bunch of friends over and you took turns.
was the Khans into more games than Fallout Tactics back then?
Not back then. We just played Fallout Tactics for quite a few years, I would say. At least a long time. It was my main game for ever. But then the game started to die off. All the modifications and so on for the game died off, and I think we moved to Neocron. Guess that was the next move.
So, actually, about Neocron, we don't have anything saved in our Vault 15 about Khans on Neocron. Do you remember anything from then?
I think we kind of joined it like a stagger, a few of us moved over and then a few more, and then the whole thing with Europe and the Americas, different time zones.
Yeah.
We were usually pretty small, like a few online only at a certain time. Of course, at some point we exploded with Gargantuan's normal recruit tactics. So all of a sudden we had a billion new players, and
yeah, nothing has changed there.
no, that's in Fallout Tactics. It was kind of interesting. I would be playing the game one day, and then the next day it was a billion new people that I had to train and talk to, and
Yeah.
But it's kind of easy to go into that whole elite feeling that just recruit the good guys, know how to play and so on.
Yeah.
But that never really worked with Gargantua. So, but in the end, it worked out well. You recruit 10 idiots, one is gonna be good. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And perhaps one more can be raised and trained.
Yes. Yeah.
So, what was the impact on Neocron? Was there did you do some forum PvP or trolling?
I don't think we did much on the forums back then. The whole MMO thing was new. I think it was the first one I played, and we really didn't know what to do. And I guess the game was a German game.
Yeah.
So the Germans had the whole thing on. They played in the beta, I guess, from the beginning. I think the English servers came later, and we really didn't know what to do there. There was some PvP, some ganking. The whole game had a pretty nice outpost war setup. It's still to this day one of the better ones. You could take over, hack outposts, and you would get the outposts and get resources from it and bonuses.
So control.
Yeah, we kind of dabbled in that, but I don't think we had great success because the Germans were kind of pretty dominant then. But I think we teamed up kind of with a Danish guild and so on, and then we ran interference for them, and then we really messed up. I think we had a pretty big battle at some point with the Khans being actually raiding,
Yeah.
just not actually fighting straight up, just messing about.
Yeah.
Disrupting
Yeah.
the main battle between that Danish clan and the main German one, and I think we came up ahead during that time.
Nice. So that's to me that's the interesting, the really interesting thing, the raids and the messing about or fucking fucking the game up for others, more so than we've had quite recently a discussion about that where some people have wanted the PvP focus, and some have more been into the griefing, and it pretty much ended up with a consensus that the griefing was the core of the Khan spirit.
Okay, yeah.
What do you think about that?
Back in Fallout Tactics, you couldn't really grief anyone in that regard. I mean, you smack talk in chat rooms and so on. At some point, I did actually hack a few guys. Not hack, but steal their. That game didn't have any safety functions, so you could like go into a game and then like crash out quotation marks, and then just save state your game file.
Yeah.
And you could actually steal or check what sort of setup the enemy players were using.
Oh, nice.
So that happened quite a few times. I did it on a lot of so-called, good players, just to see what they were doing. And then I, of course, shared the ideas down. This is how you build your stuff, and this is how you do it. Griefing in Neocron was kind of limited. There were like open zones where you could actually gank and steal. There were some loot you could get from people for killing them, but there were also safe zones, and you couldn't really do much there. One of the better memories were actually, this was just a chat, I wasn't really there then, but I think Gargantua and someone else was inviting people to their apartment, and then killing them over and over. So yeah, I guess apartments were free for all in some weird way. So I guess the clan headquarters, big apartment we had, was actually like you could kill people up there.
Ah, cool. Yeah, we tried out Neocron a little bit in preparation for this cast, and yeah, I got to the apartment thing. It's like a safe zone where you store your shit and can access the computer and stuff.
Yeah, I think you could actually also store guild resources and shit like that. But we always got ripped off because the people recruited wasn't really
So basically base raping.
Yeah, more or less like
All
they
right.
could steal. But if you put it in the drawers, it's like free for all. So we kind of knew that also.
I have here an entry in the Hall of Greatness. Your entry in the Hall of Greatness. Have you read it?
I might have, but that's like 10 years plus.
Okay.
Since.
I'll read it for you. The barbarian Deacon has led more successful raids than any other Khan. He's notorious for picking his battles, targeting his enemies, and winning when it matters. His perfection precedes him, his tactics profess him, and the enemy respects him. A true warrior, Deacon is not only known for his successful raiding record, but for the sheer terror he instills in all those who have been graced by his presence. Deacon has no weakness, no Achilles heel, no tangible defeatability. Not an army of 1,000,000 men could stop him. Deacon, Khan Raider legend.
Yeah, that was from back in the Fallout Tactics days. I did actually run most of the actual clan wars because Gargantua, you know how he is.
Yep.
He was more the the face outward. I
Yep.
actually had to do the battle. The battles. We did actually, considering what sort of clan we were, we did kind of okay. You probably had something about that TBC clan, the Black Company.
Yeah.
That was the main enemy. I played a lot with those guys because I don't know. They tried to recruit me a few times also. They were a little bit more mature and so on, and they were pretty good. But I think the last official war we had with them, we actually came up on top. So
Nice.
I think we did a 6 versus 6. It was down to the wire, but yeah. So they actually didn't ever really defeat us in anything.
I've heard some of the oldest members talk about Black Company as the longest enemy. Like they were the enemy for many years.
Yeah, like I said, I actually played on a daily basis with quite a few of them because they were good and they knew their stuff, and they actually they had that World War II mod for Fallout Tactics. It's really well done. Like a full reskin, new weapons, new sounds, everything.
Okay. Yeah, there was.
So-
They made a. I saw they made a mod for I think it was for Fallout Tactics where you could. They changed the raiders to Khan names instead, like the raid
Yeah.
leaders were Byron and.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense because they really did do a lot to that game, like more than any other clan. Like,
Right. Do you have any memories of Byron?
why? No, that was way before my time.
Okay.
I just whatever I heard like from Gargantua.
So is there anyone you remember from the team?
Well, let's see. From Fallout Tactics days, it would be Drew, Firewolf. What's the kid's name? I can't remember that kid's name. He's in one of the pictures somewhere.
All right. Yeah, we've. I think I know who you're talking about. The kid that Garg recruited, like when he was all alone.
No, not that one.
Okay.
It's another one, younger one from.
All right.
Well, it doesn't matter. He was actually the one that pulled the killing blow in that TBC war.
Okay.
But yeah, then from Neocron, it's probably Axion is one of the guys that stayed along quite a long time.
What did you say, Axion?
Axion, yeah, we recruited him in Neocron, I think. He's my age. I think we actually have the same birthday.
Okay.
And I played a lot. Now I haven't seen him the last year, but I played a lot of games with him. I raided in World of Warcraft probably 5 years with him and so on. So yeah.
Oh, so you were playing with Khans on World of Warcraft as well?
No, I wasn't because we didn't ever really transition there. And I think Drew had some sort of Khan guild, but that wasn't the American servers because with World of Warcraft we had to split. because they
Oh
weren't,
yeah, fucking Blizzard and their different
Yeah.
servers.
So 140 ping to our American servers wasn't really.
Yeah.
I actually played the first 2-3 years on the American servers just because I think actually Garg bought me a copy
Yeah.
before he was out here in Europe. So I started out and then, but he never joined and we never did a real transition and that's yeah.
Typical Gargantua.
Yep.
So there was a transition from Neocron to World of Warcraft.
There was supposed to be, but then again we did mess with Star Wars Galaxies also.
Oh yeah.
That was like a true transition. We actually moved. Everybody moved there. We were, I don't know how many, but 10, 20 people.
Okay.
But the game was, I don't know, it didn't really suit us. Even though we did actually move out to the desert, stay in the fringes a little bit, and we could build up towns, but it was not really our thing anyway, so yeah.
What was the thing you were looking for back then?
I don't know. I was just jumping through games. They stopped doing those turn-based tactics games, like Fallout Tactics. Like they were out of style, and World of Warcraft was all the rage. So MMOs overall.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of them, but we couldn't really find one that were like suitable.
Yeah.
So I think we kind of broke up then when World of Warcraft became, large.
Okay.
And before that, I probably played Neocron without cons for at least a good 2 years, 1 or 2 years.
Okay, so you stayed there for a while on
Yeah.
Neocron. All right.
Yeah, I joined that Danish clan, and we actually, I think, became the ruling power in that game for like 1 or 2 years, like hands down.
So this Axion guy, what was he like? Like he was your
He
age?
wasn't, yeah, he wasn't really a con in that regard. He was too nice, so to say.
All right.
He was a good guy, and I think these days, well, I think he works as a GM for Blizzard in Paris.
What?
Yeah, so he wasn't really con material, but he was pretty loyal, so he stayed around.
Yeah. One thing we are exploring in this podcast is the outlaw mentality that's inherited in some ways also down the line. Is there anything you could tell us about that kind of stuff in the old days?
That wasn't really my thing, to be honest. I was more in it for the gaming. I was always like, out there to win and actually game. So I really didn't do a lot of the side stuff. I really almost never recruited. because there was like no point since we had the master recruiter.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit on the sideline in that regard. Can't really say.
Okay.
We did always like we did actually try to raid and I think we actually tried to extort people. Like I think we did that in Neocron. We went to like a place where people were farming.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, give us so and so many crates and we won't kill you. So like over, and that actually worked. I think we actually managed to get a few people to pay us.
Nice.
So yeah, that was actually a true raiding thing.
That's great.
It's strange that Joel hasn't really said anything about it, but yeah, that was a thing we did and it worked out pretty well.
But you know, the new games, they are too moderated or have too many defense built in for this kind of stuff. It's hard to find proper arenas for that kind of raiding behavior.
Yeah, that's a problem these days. If you want to do a hardcore PvP game, like full-on loot drops and so on, there's only a few niche products that are kind of wonky, not really, quality stuff. So, yeah, it's especially on the Western market. It's really.
You have the whole F Online community. It's pretty much what can you say? It's very unmoderated and very free to do these kinds of stuff. But it has a very steady decline in players.
Yeah, it's probably like I never actually looked. I think I tried to look at that game or what was that FO Online? Was it like a mod for?
Yeah, it's basically they have.
Was it a Russia made some sort of game?
Basically, they for 2238 that we played for a while, they basically smacked Fallout 1 and 2 together and made it a MMO.
Ah, yeah.
And then when 2238 went down, they split up in 5 servers, the developers, and did their own projects instead, and split the community into 5 pieces. And unfortunately, the audience is not that big, so every server is kind of depopulated now. But so what are you playing these days?
These days I'm like casual noob, so to say. I think I quit hardcore gaming a few years ago, back in I played World of Warcraft like pre-hardcore, 4 days raiding each day and so on.
Okay.
It's like what, 4 or 5 hours at a time. And we did pretty well. Was that American guild that we translated? Well, not translated, transferred to Europe. And we did pretty okay. I think we were top 80 world at some point, which is pretty okay. And but after that I got fed up. It was more like work than actual gaming. Running a guild of that size and skill level. So after that I just played World of Tanks, and these days I play War Thunder quite a bit. It's a World War II similar FPS kind of game.
Okay.
But yeah, a little bit of, still the Blizzard games, Hearthstone, Diablo 3 a little bit. But yeah, I don't have an MMO anymore. I'm kind of burnt out with the whole, grind, so to say.
Yeah. I was thinking, do you remember, I brought up the list of the halls of the past here. I was thinking you were talking about Firewolf.
He was like an educated card in my mind.
Okay.
Well, of course he was British, so his English didn't suck like most of us back in the days, because a lot of us didn't really, type or speak English that good back then.
Yeah.
So he always had a little bit like an upper hand in that regard. But he wasn't a great player in that regard. He was more like a Gargantua, more of a social sidekick thingy.
Yeah.
And I think he actually. Oh yeah. I think the last last time I talked about him, with him, he had been following this so-called quotation again, female on GameSpot. They've been talking. They've been like boyfriend girlfriend for like a year or two. But of course, it was a fucking dude. And the guy was like heartbroken. And that was the last thing I ever saw of him. So yeah.
Check this out. It's quite funny. In his Khan legend here, it says about Firewolf. It says the ladies' man.
Yeah, that didn't really turn out as it was supposed to be then. It was really epic. It's yeah, I had a lot of fun about that. It was and he was actually really, disappointed and really sad.
Shit. Let me read this up, see if it brings back any memories. So Firewolf, the ladies' man, famous for killing the good guy and getting the girl. Firewolf, Khan with the silver tongue, is one of the oldest Khan still in the clan. Firewolf is the epitome of the Khan diplomat. His presence in Fallout Tactics is unchallenged. He's not just a Khan legend, he's a Fallout Tactics legend. There is not one man or woman in Fallout Tactics that doesn't know the wolf. Thanks to Firewolf, the Khans have had the highest number of elite female players to hit the community wearing the Khan tags, more than any other clan. We have been some of our best and our bravest. Firewolf is always ready to help a lost stranger get their throat slit. He might not be one of the first to his guns, but he'll always be one of the last ones standing. Firewolf is one of the biggest assets the Khans have. Khans may not be focused on diplomacy, but when it's needed, Firewolf is our man. And he has always talked the enemy down. May his silver tongue will remain unbeaten forever. Firewolf Khan legend. So, this was actually written by both you and Gargantua.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I remember I was doing a few of them, helping out.
So,
yeah, that pretty much sums it up, I guess.
highest number of elite female players.
Well, that doesn't say much. I think I can't remember anymore. Like I said, this is what 20 years ago, but we had a few.
All right.
Nobody ever played and so on.
And they were groomed by Firewolf.
Pretty much. Yeah, so.
All right.
With
Yeah.
success or not success.
We have a current ladies man as well. Current raid leader Sven is like IRL strong man kind of guy, and he has a way with women as well. So perhaps modern day Firewolf.
Well, the whole thing, it was a pretty good diver, if nothing else.
So there's also here a guy called Rambo.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I played a lot with that guy. He was pretty young back then, I guess, but he got better. And I haven't talked to him in like 10 years, but yeah, what can I say? He started out pretty weak, but he was good in the end and pretty loyal.
So the one-man army, big, brave, bold. Rambo has never failed the Khans as a combat leader. Countless victory notches carved into his gun. Rambo enjoys being unleashed onto any Khan opponent. His loyalty never questioned and his skill in real war unmatched. Rambo can always be counted on. Come time to get the job done. Too skilled to be called an assassin, too strong to be called a giant, and too ingenious to be called a general. Rambo is known as the one-man army, the Khan killing machine, the famous raider legend.
Yeah, reliable. That was probably the main thing with him. He was pretty much always there, and if we needed to do a raid, he was good to go. So yeah.
All right, cool. Did he also like Firewolf and Rambo? Did they also transit to Neocron and Starwars Galaxies?
I don't think it. He left in Fallout Tactics. There was the whole army thing also. So
Oh, he was in the army.
yeah.
Yeah, he was. I remember he was in Army of Israel, right?
Yeah. So I can't remember. I think he was home on the weekends sometimes, at least. But yeah,
Okay.
his game kind of died there. And
So here's a guy called Hammer. Do you remember?
yeah, was he like some sort of old grunt, like American soldier maybe?
Okay.
Bodybuilder. I can't really remember what we played with him. If it was Full Tactics or anything else. I think he actually joined us. Was more active when we did the Star Wars Galaxies thing.
Okay.
And I Or was he maybe Canadian, like the friend of Gargantua? I can't say.
Let's see here.
But he was pretty strong on the forum, and I was a good guy. I played a bit with him, and he was
It
he
says
wasn't either a typical raider in that regard.
yeah, it says the Bloodthirsty, a famous Khan of proportion, hammer, an ex-ranger, and now gun store owner, brings his hardcore humor to the game of Fallout Tactics. A definite Khan legend, Hammer always has the politically incorrect thing to say at exactly the right time. The man most directly responsible for making Gargantua coup Graves' leadership of the Khans. The man who knows his guns, just the man, Hammer Khan Raider legend. What's this coup? Do you remember?
No, I can't say.
Alright.
There was one day every week, so yeah.
Alright. There was one every week. Yeah, the Khan drama is an ongoing story.
Yeah, and if we didn't have a coup or some sort of drama, Gargantua made fucking sure that we had, so yeah.
Yeah. So not much has changed in that regard. So we have here Mac 10, the machine. Mac 10, do you remember?
Yeah, Mac Mofo or something. Yeah.
Says,
I can't say. He was, I would say, more smack talk than actual, raiding. He was alone for the ride for quite a bit.
Yeah, okay.
I think I might even have seen him in World of Warcraft, but I'm not sure. Yeah. He was one of those long-time timers that came up on the forum, talked some smack, went away, came back, and so on.
Yeah, it says with the most hit list kills ever recorded and the fastest gun in the wasteland, Mac 10 quickly became the greatest Khan assassin to ever live, and he'll always be his victims smashed, dismembered, and broken. Have always served as excellent political icons and pawns for propaganda. Mac 10 still wanders the waste looking for his next target, and he will always be remembered as a Khan legend, the perfect assassin. So this hit list thing, what was that
do
about?
you know what it is?
No.
It was actually one of the greatest things that Garg made for us. I think it was his idea.
Okay.
So we had an update on the webpage. Like, I think in the beginning, I actually started. I think that's the thing that got me to Raid Leader at some point, because you put the Khan tag on, you went dueling with other people, 1 versus 1.
Yeah.
Or I think it would actually come up on top in some game also with the people that we wanted dead, like with losers.
Yeah.
And you get rewarded points, and you would rank up in Khans in that regard.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was a pretty nice system, and I think I was pretty motivated back then. And
That's a great system. What?
yeah, so someone that smacked up us a lot on the forums or in just a K-Spy chat those days.
Yeah.
We kind of just put up a few extra points, and then everybody would duel and fight them. And if we got the kill screenshot, points.
Oh yeah, and you ranked up.
Yeah, I think that was the one thing that kind of made the whole Khans thing fun.
Yeah.
Really fun. That was a pretty good idea.
So let's see.
Maybe had some other systems like that, but I'm not quite sure.
Well, we have enemies, but we don't really have a hit list anymore.
Okay, yeah.
So here's a guy called Black Death.
I can't say. I heard the name, but I don't think I ever spoke to him.
Let's see. The Last Man Standing, also known as Santa Claus, he was famous throughout the West for taking rather than giving. An irreplaceable Khan at this time, Black Death never failed them. He disappeared defending Khan honor with the last shotgun shell he had, when the Khan Raider encampment was attacked and nearly wiped out by the Seven Plagues clan. Though his body was never found, Genghis, leader of Seven Plagues, continued bragged about how he had his head mounted on a plaque. Black Death was a Khan to remember, his presence commanded respect and his resolve was pure. After months in the West, Black Death returned, reunited with his brothers, his Khan Raider image to live up to, and his defiance of the enemy has made him a legend. So this Seven Plagues thing came up in an earlier episode.
I can't say much about that. I think that's pre my time.
Okay.
I would guess that's like just as Gargantua took over, or when he was still just a raider.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I can't say I was involved in that. So.
Do you remember a guy called Scrub?
Yeah, Scrub. He was one of my favorite guns back in the days. He was really laid back. I remember, pretty decent for skill wise and loyal. He was pretty much always around. He never left us. I can't say. I guess I think he actually moved to Neocron with us also. So.
Yeah, I have some terrible news then. Scrub died a couple of years ago.
Yeah. I think I know. I heard about it, but yeah, I had no clue. I never talked to him on a personal level, just gaming. So
Let's read his legend here. The Warrior. The most versatile count have marched through the wastes. Scrub can play any K any day, and he can play it with skill. Scrub, like Mac, has collected more than a fair share of hitlist kills, and next to Deacon, has been in just as many raids. Scrub has his game covered from every angle. Too many have tried to beat back Scrub with their specific rule sets and cheap tactics, but Scrub has his bases covered and excels. Scrub is a warrior, a man dedicated to the cons, a man dedicated to the game of Fallout tactics, and a man dedicated to the blatant destruction of his opponents. Scrub is feared because of his discipline, his versatility, and his ferocity. No one dares to get in his way. Scrub is a con legend, and he'll always be.
yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. He was whenever we were one shore, for a raid, which didn't happen that often. He was always the one that came online and was ready to go. We didn't have to It was just sure. I mean, joined.
Yeah. So here's a guy called Yankee.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, that was I don't know if you could have a pet dog. That was my pet dog.
The
Canadian.
Bulldog is his nickname.
Okay, yeah, yeah, makes sense.
Would you expand some upon that? Your pet dog?
Yeah, well, he was always joining the games I was playing, and I trained him quite a bit.
All right.
But I think he was a few years younger than me, of course. But he was also, I think he was Canadian French, or something like that. And what else? I did keep in touch with him somewhat after Fallout Tactics, but I can't say now. It's
It seems he
yeah.
joined as a total noob and then improved really fast and started commanding as well.
Okay, could have been, yeah. Yeah, I think I did have actual a few training sessions with him. It was pretty bad in the beginning, but we stayed around and we played a lot together. So yeah.
So here's a guy, Rabid Scum.
Yeah, that guy was fun, but
Let's see here then. See if it rings any bells. Rabid Scum, the professional. This Khan needs no introduction if you're an enemy to the Khans. Rabid Scum doesn't make any mistakes, he simply exploits yours. And no Khan, not even Firewolf, can verbally harass his enemies as profusely and directly as Rabid Scum. He was recruited because of his legendary abilities. Gargantua was traveling through the waste and spotted his talent. He said, "I need a Khan with those lips, you want a job?" and Rabbit signed on. From that day on, Rabbit has never let his Khan counterparts down, and he never will. When even someone is giving a piece of their mind to the Khans, Rabbit Scum is the first one to put a bullet through it. His skills in World War II are unmatched, and with his help many other Khans have mastered the rule set as well. Rabbit Scum is a vital part of the Khan war machine, and is a legend that will never be forgotten. In World War II, what's up with that?
no, that's just. I think that's actually the mod that I was talking about. Or it started out as a rule set, you were only allowed World War II weapons, so it was a low K game, 2K about-ish.
So it's a Fallout Tactics mod with World War II.
It started out as a rule set, just don't bring any energy weapons, no, automatic weapons.
Yeah.
You could only use weapons that were actually used in World War II. So it was kind of low key, a bit more tactical, so to say. Yeah, now I remember. Yeah, he played it a lot, and he was pretty good. And he was a pretty epic shit talker on the forums and in game. So yeah,
Nice.
That's really. If I could get a Khan Raider, I would take 10 of those because it was like the baseline.
Nice.
without being annoying or like stupid or bad, he was just, he was a good shit talker.
Nice. So we have Night God.
Yeah, that's the guy that I was thinking about back in
The kid.
Yeah, that actually won us the game versus the Black Company.
Says his title is the Proud. Says Night God was one of the oldest and most active Khans to date. He excelled in battles of limited equipment and numbers because of his unique capabilities to adapt. He's a warrior that Khans fear to go into battle without, known for bloodthirsty charges and classic counter-offensive tactics. He defines surprise in battle. Some call him a glory hog, others a savior. The Khans cannot give enough thanks to the skill of this proven chieftain. Night God, or just NG, as most Khans call him, was always at his best when under pressure, alongside his brothers Deacon and Solid Snake. A true raider, a true Khan, and above all, a true hero.
Yeah, he was one of those young guys that we recruited that stayed along for the whole ride, I guess.
We actually got in contact with Night God 6 months ago or so.
Okay.
He stopped by and he shared some of these animations he did, like paint animations with you guys taking cover and throwing some grenades at people and whatnot.
Okay, yeah.
Like
No, I haven't seen him since like 15 years. Since the Fall Tactics days. I don't think he ever transitioned with us anywhere. Not that I can remember, at least.
So there's a guy here also called Solid Snake that's mentioned in Night.
Yeah, that's a guy I had on, I guess, what's the Microsoft Messenger service, the old one?
Yeah.
It's Skype nowadays, but what was it before Skype?
So there's a guy also here, Night Viper.
Night Viper was Night God's friend, I guess.
Okay.
Two punk ass kids,
Yeah.
lots of mouth, little skill. But yeah, typical times back then. So that's Solid Snake guy. I think he was Mexican. I don't remember.
Alright. It seems like he disappeared.
Yeah, I actually talked to him a little bit, a few years, well, maybe 5, 6, 7 after the whole Fall Tactics thing, but yeah, I haven't heard of the city. Like, I think he also was a little bit older. I think he had a family and so on.
Okay. Yeah. And then we have Drew.
Yeah, Drew. I liked him. He was a little bit of a scumbag in the regard that he kind of clan hopped at times, but he always ended up back with us.
All right. So he was a faction hopper.
Maybe not back in the heydays when we actually played Fallout Tactics full on. Then he was like a reliable base core Khan. He was always there. But then later on, when we spread out and did all other shit, we kind of drifted.
Dementia Dark.
I can't say. Don't know.
Dementia Dark the Second. After the catastrophic near-death of the Khans, after Graves' resignation, Dementia Dark was Gargantua's first recruit, previously going by the name of Blitzkrieg. If Dementia was still a Khan today, he would be the second oldest Khan in existence. A man of stature, his disappearance remains a mystery as well. We hope for his return. Dementia was a Khan about attitude, and that was made him great. He will always be remembered as a Khan legend. His return would mark a great day in the Khan history and would make him even more legendary. He never failed the Khans in the past, and may he not fail us in the future. Dementia Dark Khan legend. There was a nick there, Blitzkrieg. Does it ring a bell or?
Yeah, but I never knew them. That was before my time.
All right. And then Graves and Grizzly, we have already talked about, and Biohazard as well.
Yeah, those are all like pre me, before 5-0 and Drew and everybody. It's like the old core Khans, I guess, that only Gargantua actually knew.
Yeah, we talked about it in the first episode.
Yeah, I did listen to it.
And let's see, then we have Bison.
I can't say I really knew that guy too well. I guess he joined pretty late, or after we transitioned out of Tactics.
Alright.
He was in the forum a lot, that's all I remember. Not that much in-game.
Okay. Yeah, we have Bacon.
Yeah, that's a pretty funny guy. I can't really say I played that much with him.
Okay.
might have come to Neocron, but I can't say anymore. He was more of a forum presence than and he was also he was always in the chat rooms. I guess I didn't play with him much.
And Bacon returned, and he returns once in a blue moon and drops off one of his stories, like
Okay,
the little
yeah.
novels. Let's read his legend here. Bacon Bombarder, the Crazed, a complete statistical anomaly. Bacon has always brought his unique style to the Khan Raiders. Famed for the abnormal, sticking out his tongue and making commands that are absolute gibberish, Bacon has served the Khans well in every aspect of his membership. The official Khan cook after the incident at the Heinz factory, Bacon sadistically enjoys his work, guaranteed to protect your back and have something absolutely pointless to say. Bacon is a Khan legend and he will never cease to amaze you. The incident in the Heinz factory, is this something you remember?
Nah, I can't say. I don't know.
Alright. It sounds interesting though.
Yeah, but I can't say. I don't think I was involved in writing that. It's gonna have to be Joe.
Well, that pretty much covers, that's all the material I really have about the members from back then.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty much all of the big names that stayed along for the ride.
So, but there was on the old homepage, we talked about this bounty thing. There was also a music section with like some propaganda screenshots and some. There was some music, like the Raider theme and this kind of stuff.
Yeah, who the hell did that? Wasn't that Deacon?
Might
It was
have been.
some of the forum developers that actually did that stuff for us. But
Okay, yeah, I was curious about asking you who was behind it, but then I guess
it's BB or Bison or someone that
I will look into it for another episode, going more into the culture things and the old stories, and because I think it's Bacon who wrote the old stories, but I'm not sure, so it's gonna be fun to delve into. There was newspapers back from Neocron and Starwars Galaxies though. Do you remember? The Chronicle.
That name sounds familiar, but I can't remember anything about it. I don't know who did them, and
Let's. This is about you. The Khan Chronicle.
do you have a link for it?
Yeah. So the Khan's Chronicle. Gargantua goes crazy, spends $500 on boots. Mother still needs life-saving operation. TBC is still homeless and ugly. That's the Black Company, I guess.
No, that's actually.
Do you see this? Deacon caught in an all-night orgy. Duck embarrassed.
Oh yeah, I
What the
would be
fuck?
too after that. That is actually from Neocron, I guess. It has to be.
Yeah.
Or is it?
What's this? The Khan's Chronicle. The first hunt a success. Pan promises more blood and bodies to come. Who is Pan?
Panamon? He should be on the Legends page.
Perhaps under another name.
No, Panamon was a pretty known face back then.
Okay.
He was. That's pretty weird. Maybe he didn't ever join us, but he played with us.
Okay.
You could have talked with Gargantua about that. He was a pretty big name for us
Will do.
at some point.
But it seems like it was only. Oh, this is from the newspaper is from Star Wars Galaxies.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's yeah. Makes sense. Yeah.
But
Yeah. Panamon played Star Wars Galaxies a lot with us. So yeah.
So it says the first newspaper, it mentions the Black Company. Did they also go to Star Wars Galaxies?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they actually did. So that's the whole thing with it. And I think they didn't manage to build a village like we did.
All right.
So that's the whole homeless and ugly.
Okay, so you built villages in.
Yeah, you could build houses. So we went out in the desert. So it was a pain in the ass to actually run back and forward to that place, but it was kind of worth it.
All right. So there's
Because,
this.
we just had to.
Also, this old medals and awards. Do you remember there was
Yeah.
a page for medals?
I think those were tied into the whole ranking thing, bounties and hits.
Yeah, there's still some of them. We have a new medal system now, but there's still I think the mouthpiece for being a true asshole smack talker
Okay.
was still a thing there. That you received for being a true asshole Khan style on the forums or otherwise, and receiving public condemnation and defamation for truly offensive behavior. It's a classic. And also the Black Heart.
The what now?
The Black Heart Award for concocting some ingenious new ways to hurt your enemies.
Do you have those? Do you have a link for them or?
I wish I'm looking through the archives now and I only see the new versions, which is too bad because I remember I had a page on 2238 we still ran on the old page, and I remember when I received my first Black Heart and it was such a big deal to me.
Yeah. That was the whole tie-in with the whole system. It was like continuation of it.
Yeah.
And I think I actually worked with some of the models with Gargantua at some point, but I can't say anymore. I'm just looking at this published, the whole Star Wars Galaxies 2003. So yeah, it's been a while.
So here's I actually found now when I looked at it. Here's some Neocron screenshots. Let me send you the link. There's a guy called Alpha here.
Ah, yeah, that guy. Yeah, he was. He played a lot with us. He was pretty loyal. I can't really say.
Do you remember where he was from?
No, I can't say. I think I confused him and Axiom quite a bit.
Alright.
They were both kind of similar. Like.
There are some rumors going around about him being quite a that it was actually a Norwegian mass murderer, Breivik.
Yeah, he had some sort of he was some sort of nationalist thingy at some point.
So
I can't say, but yeah, now it rings a bell. Even back then, there were some rumors. Yeah.
all right,
But he was pretty like quiet and down to earth.
all right.
Normal gaming.
Do you see this? If you scroll down there, the Khan master plan on the Neocron world map. You see, like,
Yeah.
Canadia.
Yeah, so you can take a guess why it's Canada.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember. If you look at to the west side, we got something called Battle Dome, a small orange dot.
Yeah.
So that's where people usually teleport to military base and then went to Battle Dome as noobs trying to level up. It was a known PvE spot, like lots of mobs, and you grinded there.
Yeah.
So that's where we did the shakedowns.
Nice.
So it makes sense that it was in our territory.
Yeah. That's cool. I'm scrolling down.
I think we started from that Rockshore Factory. That was our main, because it was a short jump to the shakedown place. And as you can see, typical Khan loadout, just a few weapons, nothing extra, because if you died, you lost stuff in this game.
I think actually that's about covers what the topics we have to talk about, Deacon.
Okay.
Thanks for coming on the show. It's been a great honor to be able to make this interview with you.
Hey, it was fun to, go through the old memories.
This has been your host, Dr. Mengelito, and my guest tonight, Deacon, signing out.
Marching in perfect order, fighting every border, never pulling back. God, Raiders, attack! Murder train on the loose, scheduled rape and abuse, on time and on track. God, Raiders, attack! Enemies cover in fear, fighting with rocket spear. There's no turning back. God, Raiders, attack! Attacking from sky and capital sea. Power on a killing spree. Gathering laser stack. God, Raiders, attack! This ain't no game. The wastelands of flame.